Hello and welcome to our video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer in Alabama. And this is something that we get pretty frequently. And I can just imagine how upsetting it is and disturbing it is. And that is you're at work and all of a sudden you get an email or maybe somebody from HR, Human Resources comes in and they say, hey, we've got this garnishment paper in on you. And we're going to have to withhold 25% of your wages. You're like, what in the world is this? I don't know anything about this. So what do you do? Well, obviously there may be kind of a moment of panic there, and maybe that's where you found this video. But the first step is to figure out, is there actually a lawsuit out there against you? Look, occasionally we'll see these sort of fake or bogus garnishments that people will send to employers, but that's pretty uncommon. So probably there's a lawsuit out there. But I would definitely verify that. And you can do this on your own or you can hire a lawyer. If you do it on your own, you call the courthouse, because that garnishment, you should be able to look at the paper and it'll say on there, okay, this is from Jefferson County District Court or Mobile County Circuit Court or whatever it is. And you call that court and you say, hey, here's a case number. Do you have a lawsuit against me? And they say, yes, we do. You say, do you have a judgment against me? They say yes, because without a judgment, there shouldn't be any garnishment unless we're talking about a federal type student loan, and we cover that in other videos. So is there a lawsuit? Is there a judgment? Is it really against you? Or is it just somebody with the same name? And if it's really against you and there's this judgment for this lawsuit, then the next question is, was I served? Because you have to receive the papers. If you don't receive the papers, then the judgment's no good. Now you got to get it set aside. I mean, you can't just decide in your mind this is invalid. You have to get the judge to say it's invalid. But were you served? So again, you can ask the court and they'll say, okay, well, looking here at our computer screen, you were served on January the 4th of 2016 at 123 Main Street. And sometimes it even has the time. And we talk about this in other videos. If you go, oh yeah, now I remember that guy handed me those papers, but I was busy, it slipped my mind. Okay, well then this is a valid judgment. But if you go, wait a minute, I was never at 123 Main Street, or I just had a guy mention this to me. He's a over the road trucker. And so he was in another state when he was supposedly served. Okay, that's a pretty good excuse for saying why you didn't really serve me. Now, you have to get into the rules on service. Can they hand it to somebody at your house? Typically, in Alabama, they can give it to an adult who lives with you. Okay, even that person never tells you about it. They get it, they throw it away, never tell you it's still valid. Or they hand it to you personally, or it's done by certified mail. But these are some of the steps you want to go through. When you get that email saying you've got this garnishment, or somebody walks in and says, here's the garnishment papers, it's like, okay, take a deep breath. Is there a lawsuit? Is there a judgment? Is it really against me? How was I served? See if you can demonstrate that you weren't served. Again, you're out of state or you were in the hospital or whatever it might be. And if it either does not concern you, and I talked about this in another video, maybe a lawsuit against a John Watts, but it's a different John Watts. I mean, there's I don't know, I think I looked it up one time, 10 people in Alabama named John Watts. You may be John Smith, and there's probably 1,000 people, or you may have a very unique name. But the point is, sometimes there's a lawsuit, but they think it's against you when it's really against somebody else. We got to clear that up with the court or with the collection lawyer. And if it's really against you, but you weren't served, then you need to attack that judgment and show that you weren't properly served. Because you can think about it this way. Here's the garnishment. It rests on the judgment. Well, the judgment rests on the service. If we pull that service out, the judgment falls away and the garnishment falls away. Now, it doesn't make the lawsuit go away, but it means the judgment goes away and the garnishment goes away. So if you're in Alabama and you want to talk about this or get some advice, feel free to call us, 205-879-2447 or alabamaconsumer.com. If you're in another state, get with the consumer protection lawyer in your state. and they may have access online to court cases. I know we have access basically to every court case in every county in Alabama. It's one of the few things, I guess, besides college football that we're really good at in Alabama is we have this great state court system as far as being online. And other states may be that way or not be that way. But talk to a lawyer. They can help you figure out, is there a lawsuit? Is there a judgment? Were you properly served under the rules of that state? And that's what I suggest you do if you suddenly get that email or that paperwork from HR saying you've been garnished. And that's just the starting point that I would suggest. So hope that's helpful, and thanks for watching this video. Talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.